What's going on, YouTubers? It's the Natural Born Thriller, and welcome everyone to AEW Dynamite. Satin, well, I screwed the intro already. I meant to say welcome everyone to All Elite Wrestling Review, the show from August 22nd, 2020, where it pertains to give you AEW Saturday Night Dynamite results. And later on, I'll get to you the results recap and review AEW Women's Tag Team Cup Tournament 2020, which I'll do that later. I'll bring up Steve for that one for that whole thing. But yeah, you have your commentators, good old Jim Ross, Taz, and Tony Schiavone, and what pertains to the Women's Tag Team Cup Tournament. I'll get to that when we get to that. So they were in the place in Jacksonville, Florida, and I'm assuming they were live, but then again, I did heard that it was taped. So, but I know for sure the next time AEW does their show, AEW Dynamite, it will be live on a Thursday night. But now this is a Saturday night one, and can't wait to talk about the show itself. Did catch the show when it pertains to after I got off work, went to watch on my DVR, and once if you want to call it a DVR, or should I say on demand, where it pertains to we're recording it on Sling TV, which good service. And the problem was, there was no problem with the app itself or the service itself. The problem was the delay of the show itself, because apparently NBA had their teams playing overtime. I'm assuming overtime. I don't know. Maybe it was, maybe it wasn't. I don't know. I think it was like the Bucks versus the Magics. And basically, folks, the reason why AEW doing their shows on Saturdays instead of Wednesdays because of the NBA schedule. But after what happened on that Saturday night, which was last night, with the NBA schedule, it still affected AEW, which is to doing their shows, basically delaying them for 30 minutes. So what I do is, after watching a portion of an hour, or should I say 2 hours and an hour and a half to say, I had to watch the half an hour on my laptop, on the computer basically, or in this case my tablet. And I'm like, wow. Even though AEW moved on a Saturday night because of the NBA schedule, the NBA still managed to to fuck up AEW's programming. So that's that. But anyways, enough of that. Let's get to the show itself. So the opening match was FTR, Cash Wheeler and Dax Harwood being accompanied by Tully Blanchard versus Isaiah Cassidy and Mark Quinn of the Private Party, and interest, by the way. Why? I was assuming because they were behind time, even though again, I'm assuming it's a tape show because it wasn't live, but basically, yeah, no interest in them, and there was no explanation why Tully Blanchard had to be with TR. I guess eventually we knew that's going to happen eventually, but we want to know how that's going to be about, or how it was delivered, because we see them they'll make an entrance. Well, I want to say they made an entrance. To see them in the ring with no entrance. So I don't know. It kind to me it kind of screwed up the whole thing. But the match itself was great. I thought the opening match between FTR versus Private Party was a great tag team match. So the match had a FTR jacket on, but it was pretty cool. And basically, and I think I did one. I also one too. basically it's a throwback of the Brainbusters, because the Brainbusters also had these type of jackets too. But obviously back then the Brainbusters jacket, and here he has Tully Blanchard doing something with FTR here. And here's the thing, FTR, they've been doing this before. Where it takes to when they record the revival, and yeah, there you go. So yeah, the match was great. Again, it was FTR winning, and yeah, no, that's it about that. They won with the Shine Machine, by the way, and Mark Quinn was the one who was, I believe, was legal. Yeah, yes, he was. Well, it's not called the Shine Machine anymore. This is not the revival from WWE NXT anymore. This is FTR that represents to instead of the Shine Machine is the Good Night Express. So there you go. So yeah, good match. Tully Blanchard really would fit in of being the manager for FTR. Some people wanted Jim Cornette at one point, even during times in WWE, but not even Jim Cornette doesn't even manage FTR, especially in AEW. So we get Jon Moxley, the AEW World Champion. He cuts a promo about MJF's campaign is amusing, makes for good TV. Says that MJF has some good jokes and also represents about him. Basically, on good jokes about him, represents Moxley. But he missed a lot of stuff. MJF should probably talk to Jon Moxley's wife. Speaking of Jon Moxley's wife, Renee Young, has WWE noticed that she's going to be gone from that she's done with WWE, and good. They don't do that for anyways. All the shit they put her through, all the stress, all the not caring about her after the whole COVID-19 situation. Good. As she's leaving. Does it mean she's going to AEW? It's up to her. If she wants to continue doing wrestling coverage, to do some wrestling sports, like and all that, it's her choice to go to AEW. Some people are saying she could go to Fox Sports or whatever, or her own talk show, whatever, because she's got that personality that people could get behind with Renee Young, and I do see that, despite how WWE has been micromanaging her all these years, and yeah, I'm not gonna say much about it. I will talk a lot more about it when I can do the Asylum show with the rest of the panel of the Asylum. So that's something to look forward to on Mr. Rick J21 YouTube channel. If we get a chance to do the Asylum show hopefully tonight, maybe. Who knows? We'll see. I gotta be done with this first. But anyways, but good for Renee. Wherever she goes, she's going to succeed no matter what. Folks. Sorry for that. I'm gonna say it was 30-second delay. But at least it was more faster than NBA's 30 minutes delay. So, anyways, back to this whole thing with Renee Young. She does well. Whatever she wants to do. It's her to do whatever she wants to do. If she wants to go to AEW to be with Jon Moxley, her husband, great. If she goes elsewhere, like in Fox Sports or maybe ESPN or whatever type of news sports that she wants to do, because she does love sports and she's into sports, up to her. So there you go. So back to this. Yeah, so again, Moxley said that Jeff Shrew probably asked his his wife that she really has the worst problems and issues, And then Moxley mentions that the toughest guys usually don't talk a lot. They don't hide behind words. He wonders what MJF is saying. Says that MJF is talented and hopes that MJF is the right about is right about being the one to lead AEW for the next 25 years. He wants to see the company succeed, just all of us do. That's for those who support AEW. He's not going to be he's not going to last another 25 years, but hopes that one MJF loses his basically loses his virginity and moves out of his basement to win the title. I guess in a way, what he's trying to say in pro wrestling promo is to move away from the mid card, which is Turner's basement, and lose his virginity. Pertains to losing losing his virginity. I don't know what would be a reference that would to pro wrestling. I don't know. I guess being the top guy, I guess maybe. I don't know. The face of the company, maybe would be the Anyways, the point is, but that's basically John Moxley. Whatever Moxley was thinking about when he said that is probably supposed to figure out what he means by that. So, but at All Out, he's going to take down MJF. Moxley says that he will be in heavens while MJF looks for a way out. Then the whole world will find out what MJF has hiding. And there you go. Great promo from Moxley. Never expecting anything different from that. So we had another promo to what MJF said. So MJF is there with both cabinets, and MJF is wearing a necklace shades of Andy Kaufman. And he's got a lawyer. So basically, MJF, he says that Dictator John Moxley is a gutless coward with his attack from AEW Dynamite from last week, not even able to attack him in front of him as he tears up. He basically starts turning up because he wants to one day have to have kids and play with them, and he might not be able to do that anymore because John Moxley's decision was very very legal, and that was paradigm shift. The on DT move. That's what to MJF not able to speak properly after that, and he's suffering more pain for that, which is why he's wearing the neck brace and everything. So we had this this so-called lawyer, Mark Stealing, says that they are looking to work together to ban the paradigm shift, which they did for All Out. But also, there was about according to him was 5 million petitions. And by the way, this is real, folks. There was literally a petition to ban the paradigm shift. When I first thought that, I was saying to myself, "Wait, really? Is there really a petition of it?" And I come to find out, okay, it's part of the angle. And they literally made that, and they had about so many signatures. But I doubt it was 5 million. I doubt that. I think that's just overall being the whole thing. But anyways, but yeah, this lawyer he was pretty good. Whoever this guy is, Stealing. If he's a wrestler, he did a good job being a lawyer. Just saying. But he says that, but it will not be official unless John Moxley himself agrees to sign the petition. I'm assuming the petition, whatever. The Moxley will agree to on the ban move out. So they have to put together a petition, have the match banned. Yeah, I mean, they had that banned All Out. But all Moxley has to do is to sign it. Like I said already. Why won't he? He's a man of the people, and one little move shouldn't be a big deal to a badass like him. You see the lawyer talking John Moxley, and if he doesn't sign it, Moxley is going to be sued by MJF and his lawyers, and Mark Stealing is one. and they are talking everything that he has, including the title. Basically, those two Moxley for everything that he's worth. So yes, and that was the promo. MJF promo was good for a little bit, and then Mark Steele, who cut a promo along with after that MJF couldn't talk anymore, because he's still in pain. But you have basically Warlow there. You got the rest of the cabinets there, especially Neela, Neela, who's smiling. She's been smiling throughout the entire promo. But yeah, yeah, there you go. There you go. It was a good segment. Mark Steele did a good job speaking on behalf of MJF. So there you go. We get an 8-man tag team match that also no entrance either, folks, because again, they're because of the delay of and the NBA, that cut short the shows because of the NBA was delayed of 30 minutes. When there was no NBA games going on Wednesday nights or when AEW Dynamite was on, they will always do movies. But because the NBA decided to do their to do the schedules on the Wednesdays their games, AEW had to change their schedules. Anyway, so yeah, 8-man tag match. It featured Luchasaurus, Jungle Boy, being accompanied by Uncle Stunt, QT Marshall, and Dustin Rhodes. There was no Ali at ringside or Brandon Rose at ringside. But you had them going up against the Butcher and Blade, Ray Phoenix, and Pentagon Jr. Match itself was pretty. I mean, there was a few sloppiness, and by God, man, the Butcher once again, the Butcher, he didn't get there on time. But thank God, that Jungle Boy was all right. So suicide dive was made, and he didn't fit into it. The Butcher, the Butcher, but I'm calling Butcher, didn't fit into it. Like what? I was so pissed off. Like, and there was some another halftime move going on. I can't remember who it was. Who was it from? I think it was from Luchasaurus, I'm assuming, or can't remember really who it was. But this time the Butcher redeemed himself by going back to the Butcher, and then the Blade. There was again an aerial assault by one. I can't remember who it was. I'm assuming it was maybe it was QT Marshall. Maybe I don't know. But yeah, match was pretty Fato was pretty good. It was pretty good. They did a spot where Dustin Rose, basically the way they were doing it, it was looking unique. Basically with Dustin Rose hitting a destroyer, the destroyer on Phoenix, but the way it was done, it was in the line. I think it was supposed. I can't remember how it was done though, but I think it was like an assist of Dustin Rose's opponents to Ray Phoenix and all that. Maybe Ray Phoenix supposed to do something to Dustin Rose, but Dustin Rose counters into the Claim Destroyer. It wasn't he didn't get all of it, but I knew what was supposed to be what was supposed to look like and everything, but it didn't look right though. And we get some deceptions of Pentagon Jr. and the Blade, where they want to do the finishing tag moves, and they're arguing of that. All of a sudden, I believe it was when Pentagon Jr. shoved the Blade. That's when Jungle Boy wrote him up for the Continental win, and after the match, basically Luchasaurus, Jungle Boy of the Jurassic Express, Dustin Rose, and Chris Marshall of Natural Nightmares, they won. And what I enjoyed about this match was that Mark didn't get involved, so good, thank God. But I'm not gonna say anything bad about Marcus Stunt right now, because at least he didn't get involved. As long as he doesn't get involved, we're good. There you go. So Butcher, Blade, Pentagon Jr., Ray Phoenix, they're shoving another. Basically, the Lucha Bros shoving the Butcher and the Blade. And the Butcher and the Blade is shoving them. All of a sudden, Eddie Kingston comes out. Wait a minute, Eddie Kingston's out. Come here for the guys. We're to Pentagon Jr. and Ray Phoenix, that's understandable. But for a reason, the Butcher and the Blade, he's got some explaining to do, which he did. So he said, basically he says they've been out in the Indies, and now they are in AEW. Why is there drama from one another? Says that the only loss they only lost because they were divided, and Eddie Kingston runs down each guy and say that they walk with him and everything they want will be this, and saying basically Eddie Kingston saying yo get the hug and everything, and let's work together and everything. Basically, Eddie Kingston is working his own. He's going to build his own faction. Kind of reminds me of back in Impact Wrestling when he tried to own his DX of Santana Ortiz at the time. Because we have a Conan that storyline, which I thought was unique. The only problem was they didn't include the Amante that much. They included about twice of it, but after that she was gone. But anyways, what was it? Oh yeah, so they all hug, they all hands, all that, and when they start hugging and shaking all that, well, basically hugging, it also reminds me of Bret Hart, forming the New Hart Foundation back in 1997 with Owen Hart and Davey Boy Smith, where Owen and Davey were fighting each other in the ring, after the match basically, and Bret Hart would come out there and bring their family back together and all that. Start with the fighting and everything. We got unite, reunite all that, and basically that's the thing it reminds me of too. I thought it was great. We got Britt Baker with Reba, Rebel, and they're at the gym, and basically we have Penelope Ford and Kip Sabian there while they kiss. And Britt Baker, because she's a role model and a dentist, they need to lay off all the kissing and everything because that's going to cause a lot of bacteria and everything. Like, and she offers the couple a discount next time when they come to get their teeth checked. That gives a fuck. So she also said before, she wants her help with her issues with Big Swole, who was at, by the way, and also she was again Big Swole, which I get mentioned. She was getting in the face of Pentagon Jr. and doing what she does because she's got she's playing a fan, but she's overdoing it though. But anyways, but Britt Baker is to Penelope for if she helps her, retains to have a match. I can't match by at all because I guess maybe Britt Baker's not medically 100% clear yet because she still has the knee brace on or bandage or bench. She says if she if Force agrees, she will have Reba I think maybe do free makeup whatever maybe I don't know. And if Force agrees, it will. So it's not going to just be Penelope Ford and Baker. It's also going to be Reba in there as well. It's going to be a 3-on-1. I see how is that fair? I don't know. So yeah, it's on. Now we get to Tony Schiavone. He's getting ready to interview Freshly Squeezed. Cassidy being interviewed by best friends, which is Taylor and Trent. So Tony Schiavone is going to ask Orange Cassidy about this big video they had on Jericho. And he's going to, I guess he was going to say something. Then Chris Jericho comes out. He comes out with his a little bit of the bubble. A little bit of this bubble. Just saying. So Chris Jericho. Yeah, I still got some left there too. That's my second bottle from months ago. It's still good. But Jericho, he says that he gives Cassidy props. He wants to give him toast. Who puts in his hands in his pockets? Which is Orange Cassidy's game. A toast to a man who puts his hands in his pockets, and he wants to basically Jericho wants Orange Cassidy to face him in a rubber match. Jericho got one on him, and then Orange Cassidy got one on him. So we need one more between the two, and it's all out. But it won't be any rubber match because Jericho talking about he thought of an idea back in WWE with a briefcase and a ladder, which Money in the Bank, which WWE had poorly misused. And Jericho says, we're taking this to the next level. We're taking this to a little bit of bubbly and an orange juice mixed together with 500 cases of 8 pounds of orange juice mixed in with 500 cases of the bubbly. And it'll be pinfall, submission, or be doing in the tank of, by the way, the match is going to be called the Minosa Mayhem match. And I say to myself, when I first heard it, like, the Minosa Mayhem match. I'm like, huh? The Minosa Mayhem match. Jericho, that's the is all Orange Cassidy has to do is accept. So Orange Cassidy, how does he accept? Sorry, folks. Got raised up a little more. There we go. This his classic thumbs up. I think it's the slice thumbs up. The slice thumbs up. Slight thumbs up. I think that's what I meant to say. I said slice. Excuse me. Struggle is giving toast, but he brings up the rest of the inner circle, and they come out of nowhere. For whatever reason, Jake Hager was in his outfit. For a reason, Jake Hager was in his wrestling gear. He didn't. That's not check. He didn't have a match, so why would he in his wrestling gear? Again, we don't know if he had a match or not because the NBA 30 minutes delay for the stupid game. I'm just guessing. That's what happened. But anyways, so the inner circle comes out. Jake Hager, Sammy Guevara, Tanner Ortiz, and they gave it to us. And the best friends and Cassie prepare themselves. And Jericho's like, a toast and everything. And they spit out the word, boys. And they got them. And then in the end, Jericho took out Orange Cassidy with the juice effect, and that was it. So the match is on. So I guess they couldn't get that agreement of having Mike Tyson versus Jericho, which is unfortunate. Which I'm assuming I can understand why, because Mike Tyson doesn't want to wrestle in front of no crowds. Because we need the crowds. That's what Tyson feeds on. Is crowds the roar of the crowd. So, but Batista too, AEW is going to have fans back in arena. Maybe not me, but Batista Thursdays, which I can't wait to see how it is. They're gonna start having fans back in there, which is great. They're gonna be the first. Well, pertains to concerts and in Japan, they already did it. I'm talking about pertains to to mainstream wrestling. I'm not saying Japan's not mainstream. Japan is mainstream, but in the world. But anyways, so there you go. That was it. Alex Reynolds, John Silver, and Alan Angels. They didn't get. I don't think they get the entrance. Basically the Dark Order. They go up against Young Bucks and Kenny Omega. The Elite. The Elite. So the match happens. It's a pretty good match. In the end, it was the Young Bucks and Kenny getting the win. After the match, Kenny Omega the one wing Angel to Alan Angels, and then Kenny Omega he gets a steel chair. He's gonna try to pick out Alan Angels, but on the chair he was set up. But Matt Jackson got in the way, and Kenny Omega power bombs anyways. And basically, the Young Bucks are talking about try to talk to him and everything about what you're doing, Kenny Omega sees our planning of him turning heel to me back as the old Kenny Omega, the cleaner. Yes, I can't wait. It's only a matter of time. Also, we go backstage and we see Alex Marquez. He's interviewing FTR with Tully Blanchard, and they say next week AEW, which is going to be on Thursday Night Dynamite. They're going to have a tag team gauntlet match to determine who will be facing the AEW Tag Team Champions. So here are the teams: the Natural Nightmares, the Young Bucks, Best Friends, FTR, and I'm assuming there's more in there because I could swear there was more in there, but I gotta look more into it. But basically, they're talking about the match and everything. Also, the Hangman Adam Page showed up, and basically, he wanted to know what's up with FTR or why did they did last week. They were holding with the Rose Press, and what's up? Like, I thought we're supposed to be cool and everything. And basically, he had a shot, a glass. I can't remember. It was some kind of wiki he had. Maybe Jack Daniels, maybe who knows. And it was almost gone. And then FTR, they came prepared. They got him a beer, a Bud Light, by the way. And like, let me get that. So yeah, it's the Hangman. He loves to drink. Hey, I'm mad at that. So do I. Anyways, so Tully Blanchard is there with while all this going on, and basically they explain, FTR. They explain that they will make sure that you're friends. That you are our friend because you took on us. Basically, Scott Dawson. I mean, Dax Harwood because of the whole knee thing when they had the match 2 weeks ago. Where the Young Bucks and Omega was part of it too, and they didn't care so much about Dax Harwood. Only obviously Cash Weaver because they're like brothers at this point. And Hangman, remember Hangman also left along with FTR to check on Dax Harwood. So FTR was making sure that who were the true friends of FTR, and there was a Hangman and Page. Unlike the Young Bucks and Kenny Omega, they weren't. Excuse me. So they were toasting, that, and basically, FTR is trying to manipulate and persuade Hangman and Page to try to screw over the Young Bucks during this whole technical match. So, we're going to see how that works out though. And then also, we had Tully Blanchard saying, fear the religion, the religion. I think it says it here though. I'm trying to remember from my head now. There is the relations, the relation, the relation. I can't remember. I need to see the word itself. I'm trying to remember the word of it. All right. Just give me one moment, folks. Sorry, I'm almost there. I think I'm almost there. Here it is. Sorry about that, folks. The revelation. Fear the revelation. That's what it was. Sorry, folks. It was driving me nuts, so I had to do that. So I apologize for the wait. But a little shorter, delay than NBA. Just saying. So let me get to Darby Allin versus Hobbs. Darby Allin did have an entrance. Match in the last time. Mike Hill was back, by the way. He was refereeing the match, and match didn't last long. Will Hobbs did some offense, but in the end, it was Darby Allin getting the win, like Raphael with the coffin drop. All of a sudden, we get Taz on commentary, cutting a promo. Darby Allin rotates, the Zayn over, and he says, Team Taz, this guy, the newest member, and his name is Darby, just like you. So we get Darby Allin, music playing, and then some guy coming out looking at Darby, and it was absolute Ricky Starks, and Ricky Starks was cutting the exact same promo as how Darby Allin cuts the promo, and then also Brian Cage comes out of nowhere and attacks Darby Allin, and basically they both take care of of Darby Allin, and that was it. And also Ricky Starks, he did the coffin drop, and so there you go. But he did it from the second rope though, not from the top rope, and that was it. All right, so we get to this next thing. Sammy Guevara comes out, and then they may went to commercial. But we see a picture, and he's got his usual cue cards, right? And during the whole cue cards that he was doing, was saying something about Sammy Guevara is an idiot, something like that. And I said to myself, what the hell? And he's basically Matt Hardy invaded his locker room and picked up his cards, his cue card, and put what Matt Hardy wrote. And this all happening during picture in picture. And I said to myself, why would y'all do that? Why couldn't y'all wait until get back on back on regular programming instead of went to a commercial to do this? I hate when they do this. AEW does this all the time, especially with Sammy Guevara doing this. Why would you want to do that when Sammy Guevara doing the cue cards? They done this before too with Sammy Guevara. Why do you always gotta do this with Sammy Guevara when he's showing his cue cards? I hate when they do that. They stop doing that shit. We're entertained of Sammy Guevara what he does with his cue cards. Show it on TV. Stop showing it on picture in picture. It's fucking annoying. Way more fucking annoying than NBA, wasting 30 minutes of delaying Saturday Night Dynamite. So, as this all happened, Matt Hardy comes out and attacks him. And they immediately came back, right, thank God, because I thought that we're going to watch this throughout the entire picture. But Matt Hardy takes out Guevara, throws him off the stage through a table. And Matt Hardy's going to do the exact same thing what Guevara did to him, with the chair. And thank God referees came out there, because it would have been bad. Not really, but it's basically Matt Hardy wants revenge. That's what it was. All right, then we get to this, folks. This was the highlight of the show. So AEW reveals who's gonna be the next challenger for the AEW Women's World Championship title against Hikaru Shida at All Out, and it's the NWA Women's World Champion herself, one of my favorites, Thunder Rosa. And as soon as I saw her on my TV screen, I was marking out. I couldn't believe it. I loved it. I mean, they were talking about Thunder Rosa, where fans wanted Thunder Rosa to face Hikaru Shida. Never thought it was going to happen. Didn't think it was going to happen. I think maybe it would be someone else, but I'm glad it's Thunder Rosa. Thunder Rosa is one of the best women's wrestlers out there. And now she's going to make her way to AEW All Out to face Hikaru Shida. Champion versus champion. One title will be the line, and that's the AEW Women's World Championship. Now, I don't know what's going on with the relationship with NWA and AEW. There's no working relationships, but I'm wondering, after Eddie Kingston come in, and then you got the AEW, you got the NWA Women's World Champion Thunder Rosa coming in. I'm saying to myself, are they working behind the scenes somewhere? Like some type of agreement, whatever. In the future they will work together as a for companies to work together. Hope so. So the WWE doesn't want to do anymore. So yeah, I love this. So Thunder Rosa says she heard about AEW Women's World Champion Hikaru Shida, wants to challenge her. Thunder Rosa says she wants to help Hikaru Shida to put the women's division on the map. And by the way, Thunder Rosa, she can help with that too, by the way. And she said All Out, she wants Shida and she wants the title. Thunder Rosa's there, yes, but not. It's just for that one time deal, and obviously she's not going to win. But it's still going to be a great matchup to see Hikaru Shida versus Thunder Rosa. I cannot wait to see that match. That might be one of the best matches so far they'll do on the All Out. All right, folks. Now I got to do this because now we're up to the finals. But before I get to the finals, basically, welcome to this portion of All Elite Wrestling Review, where we tend to give you reviews, results, and recaps of AEW Women's Tag Team Cup Tournament, the draw. Yes, this was the AEW Women's Tag Team Cup Tournament that they've been doing throughout the summer. And I should have this prepared by the way, but I also but yeah, what I'm about to do is give you a recap of it, and it was during this portion of it, which I'm about to get to, where you had Tony Schiavone and Veda Scott. Veda Scott, who is a commentator, who was commentating for for this event, where it pertains to women's wrestling, and in this particular thing, women's tag team cup tournament, to say, and yeah, Veda Scott, she's a wrestler herself. Her gimmick is that she's a lawyer, and she used to meet the manager of Moose, meant to say. I got that mixed up a little bit, but whatever, it's whatever. But yeah, Tony Schiavone and Veda was commentating on the show for throughout this tournament. You had the ring announcer in Shaw Guerrero, the daughter of late great Eddie Guerrero, and Vicky Guerrero. We have referees like Aubrey Edwards, Mike Posey, Paul Turner, and Rick Knox were refereeing. They were part of this refereeing on this tournament. The interviewer were Alex Marquez to interview the post match. The post matches, and Dasha Gonzalez basically interviewing the pre matches. I guess basically before the match, Dasha Gonzalez was interviewing, and then after the match, Marquez was interviewing, two interviewers, and the introducer was Medusa, better known as Alundra Blaze from at the time of the World Wrestling Federation and WWE Hall of Famer. So I'm about to get to the quarterfinals of it, and basically the draw was that they got to draw these chips, these other chips, and all that, right? And we really talk about the excuse me. We talk about this whole thing with what's her name again? Yeah, Cameron, but Ariane and Andrew, and Nyla Rose, both of them drew purple. It was during that Dynamite episode. So it was around July where that happened, and they ended up being a team. But it was only one time thing for Ariane and Andrew before I guess WWE decided to bring her back in. Cameron, that's what I'm hearing about. It's going to return to WWE. I don't know how it's going to make any difference in WWE. But the rest of basically Bobby the Natural Nightmares, they both drew red. So that right there, I knew this is rigged. Mel and before they drew black, I think it was. Or I'll go sky blue, whatever. Leva Bates and Rachel Chanel. I think they drew. I can't remember what color, but the point is they're end up being teams. And then Jay from the Dark Order, she drew. I think it was black, and then Ty Conti comes in, the former Tainara Conti from NXT, and she makes her way to AEW to team up with Anna Jay, and together they were known as Tay J. And they have I can't wait to get to Diamante and even they drew same colors, and also we had Dasha Gonzalez. Yes, you heard me right. Dasha Gonzalez drew because Medusa wanted her to draw color there, and she did. And her partner who also drew was Rachel Ellering. So the big thing here was that Dasha Gonzalez, she finally gets to wrestle. We finally get to see her wrestle on AEW. Unfortunately, it was on YouTube and it was during the tournament. But I'd love to see more of Dasha Gonzalez back in the ring in the near future. Doesn't matter if it's on Dark, Dynamite, or any reviews. I want to see Dasha back in the ring because all the time I've been hearing about Dasha wrestling back in the days of NXT during the house shows and everything, which I never get to see. And ever since after she's not wrestling, she hasn't been wrestling anymore after that, but still been training in the ring during those times where they had her being an interviewer for NXT, and then when she got the main roster, they took away her personality, and then she became Dasha Bot. Basically with the whole fake smile and everything. But besides that, Dasha, she ends up being called from WWE because WWE decided to let her go, and she was interviewed by Chris Van Vliet, and she showed her personality, and I see myself, wow, where was that Dasha Gonzalez? And during her time, before her final years of finally getting out there because they fired her, they wanted to do it for her anymore, and I guess they knew that she wasn't happy there. Just like I knew after seeing her behind her fake smile, after seeing behind her fake smile, I knew that she wasn't happy either. So I'm glad that she's gone for WWE, and now she can do her own thing. But she's doing as late she's been doing. Been interviewing. She's been a host with Tony Schiavone on AEW Dark. She's been doing a lot of things for AEW behind the scenes. Even ringing on, that. Yeah, we get to see her do a commentary. But we saw her wrestle. But before I get to that, let me first get to the quarterfinals by order. The quarterfinals started on August 3rd. The first two matches. Let's see. Which one was it? Okay. Yeah. So it was Mel and Penelope Ford versus the Nightmare Sisters, Ali and Brandy Rose. Match lasted 9 minutes and 5 seconds. It was decent. And I love the pairing between Mel and Penelope Ford. And obviously, the Nightmare Sisters won. You know. And then we get to the main event match, which was Anna Jay and Ty Conti versus Aria and Andrew and Nyla Rose. Match lasted 8 minutes and 45 seconds. Aria and Andrews, she was alright, but she messed up 2 spots. I think I remember her missing those 2 spots. But yeah, nothing changed about her. She still sucks. She may have did okay in this match, but at the end of the day, she still sucks. Oh yeah, once she messed up during the match, but one was after the match. Because after because Anna Jay and Ty Conti, they won the match to advance. So Nyla Rose and was hugging her partner, and then she closed on her. But the thing is, Arlen sold like shit. She fell into it like shit. And then all of a sudden, Ty Conti got in the ring and helped up Aria and Andrew. They both saw it coming, by the way. When Nyla Conti first came in, she wasn't that good. And on top of that, WWE didn't consider to eat her. But at least Ty Conti improved a lot. And I mean, really a lot. She's now is pretty good. Jay, I gotta say she's better than than last I've seen her. She's doing way better now. Aria and Andrew, nothing changed. She still sucks. That's just how I see it. The quarterfinals August 10th, 2020. Big Swole drew. I forgot to mention this. Big Swole was part of it. She drew a cover, and her partner was Little Swole. So you have Big and Little Swole reuniting. I don't know much about Little Swole. I don't watch. I didn't watch the what they did in the 80s. Which is unfortunate because I it is what it is. But Big Swole and Little Swole, they're a team, and yeah, that's good. And they go up against Leva Bates and Rochelle Chanel. Match lasted 8 minutes and 55 seconds. Obviously, Big Swole and Swole won. Match itself, it was alright. That wasn't nothing to talk about the match at all. But this match, the main event, it was Dasha and Rachel Ellering, let's say. Dasha and Rachel Ellering versus Diamante and Ivelisse. 10 minutes and 58 seconds. Dasha Gonzalez, not only she could perform very well in the ring. I'm not saying she was good. She was decent. I'll say that. She did her best. But she was way better than Anna Jay. I mean, not Anna Jay. Aria and Andrew meant to say. Aria and Andrews was terrible. Dasha was decent. So, and with Dasha looked, she could also take a beating. She took a beating out of she took a beating from Diamante and Ivelisse, especially from Ivelisse. But in the end, it was Dasha and not Dasha. In the end, it was and Rachel Ellering. She looks good too, but she's got to get rid of that belly of hers. That's she's got. I don't understand how all this in quarantine. She never her own home gym where she could get some abs, whatever. At least lower down her belly. She's got belly, unfortunately. I mean, she could still move good in the ring, Rachel Ellering, but she's got to get rid of that gut of hers. But Diamante and Ivelisse won. They advance. Then we get to the semifinal. On August 17th, 2020, the Nightmare Sister versus Big and Little Swole. 8 minutes 25 seconds to last. It was alright for what it was. Brandy Rose was so poor for so because she got 2 action figures. She was more concerned about that than she was of the match. But then all of a sudden, Big Swole looks like they're going to win. All of a sudden, a distraction. No, actually, I can't remember. Oh yeah, that was the other match. So, yeah, so a distraction from Chip Baker, who's there, cost Big Lewis for the match. So the next Sisters wins. I say to myself, oh my god, it's not going to be because of the sister being in the finals, because they're gonna have them win the tournament. Well, I'll get to that. Anna Jay and Ty Conti for Diamante and Ivelisse, 7 minutes and 20 seconds. Match itself was pretty good. It was the main event. In the end, Diamante and Ivelisse won. And hopefully we see more of Ty Conti. Hopefully they sign her to the contract of AEW because she's has improved and she's very good. She's more into wrestling now than she ever before. And finally, the finals, which was on this particular episode of AEW Dynamite, Saturday Night Dynamite, August 22nd, 2020. The Night Sisters versus Diamante and Ivelisse. 11 minutes and 5 seconds match lasted. It was pretty good. I enjoyed it for what it was. And the couldn't believe it. Diamante and Ivelisse won. They won the whole thing. I'm glad they did. Because I was gonna be upset if my sisters would have won because they've been heavily pushed Nightmare Sisters in these matches, in both women's tag team matches. And this tournament, it would have been way worse if they would have won. But they made the right call, the right decision by having Diamante and Ivelisse winning the whole tournament. And I'm glad they did. Because Ivelisse represented for Puerto Rico, Diamante represented for Cuba. It's that Latin connection. So they were presented with the trophy, medals, and a bouquet of flowers. And they took the bouquet out and they threw it on the ground and they took the flags and they were they're showing the flags and all that, they're representing all that. And yes, I was marking out, by the way. I was marking out because it's like we're Hispanics, man. We're Latinos, man. Yeah, I can relate. Yeah, I'm glad they won. I'm freaking glad they won. Oh man, it was just amazing. So there you go. That was the whole tournament. And I loved it. I love the tournament. Not all was a home run. It was not perfect, but I just love the tournament that Diamante and Ivelisse won. And I think they're all in now for AEW. I think they're all wrestlers for AEW. All women's. I believe they're part of the roster since they won the tournament. I'm assuming that's why they had to win. I'm assuming that with at least behaviors from the past, I think they decided to sign her. And Diamante, it was no question that she's gonna be signed either way. So I'm glad she's for the long haul. So I'm glad they gave her that push, and then and Elise, she's part of it, and I'm glad she is because she is she's one of the women that they need desperately for the women's rosters of AEW. So people may have given up the women's division for AEW. I haven't. I still believe there's hope. So, all right. Now I'm gonna get rid of this. That was it for the AEW Women's Team Cup tournament. We'll just do the reviews, results, and recaps. There we go. Oh, one more thing, folks. There we go. Back to that. Didn't realize it went away. All right, main event time. But before we do, before we get to the main event, which is the AEW TNT Championship title. But before we get to the main event, on the next AEW Dynamite show, which is on a Thursday night, back to the time slot. Hopefully, the NBA games going on there before AEW comes on. Hopefully, there's no NBA games coming on. Next week, on Thursday, Dynamite, same time, like they do on Wednesday nights too, at 8 p.m. This time on Thursday, a special day. Britt Baker, Ariba, which is Rebel, and Penelope Ford versus Big Swole. So it's happening on Dynamite now. Those could be at All Out, but I guess not, I don't know. Maybe the match between Britt Baker and Big Swole at All Out, maybe. I don't know. But handicap match, 3-on-1 handicap match, whatever. The Nightmares, excuse me, versus the Young Bucks versus Best Friends versus FTR in a tag team gauntlet match to where the winners gets to face the Hangman and Omega at All Out for the AEW World Tag Team titles. Chris Jericho returns to commentary, which is great. Which I maybe Excalibur's not going to be there, unfortunately. Maybe at All Out, maybe he will be. We'll see. Matt Hardy versus Sammy Guevara in a tables match. And I see myself, why a very bit different match, by the way, for All Out. Because I'm hearing this could be a first blood match between Matt Hardy and Sammy Guevara at All Out, which is why they're doing this match on Dynamite in the tables match. There were tables involved during the whole fighting one another, and then blood, which was accidental, but at the same time was reckless on Sammy Guevara's part. They got John Moxley versus MJF contract signing for All Out. Yeah, so Moxley is going to agree to sign the contract. That which means the partnership is going to be removed. It's going to be banned at All Out. So, main event time. Cody Rhodes being covered by Arn Anderson, defending his AEW World, his AEW TNT Championship title, versus the Exalted One, Mr. Brody Lee of the Dark Order. So the match starts. Lee immediately, Cody immediately goes for some early shots, and Brody Lee draws him by doing a drop kick to get out Cody into the floor. Cody was holding his own his right elbow, meant to say. Brody Lee hits him into the barricade, and gives him a big chop to the chest, then back, and then to the back, tosses up to chairs, and Big Wall was talking a little shit and all that, but didn't do anything to Brody Lee, like she always does, which is annoying. Brody Lee turns his attention back to Cody, gives him a power bomb, in the ring. Cody, I'm sorry, he goes for a power bomb, but Cody flips out of it and takes a just kick to the face, and then Brody Lee goes for some multiple power bombs. I think it went about two of them, if I'm not mistaken. Goes for basically Cody was looking like he's dazed and everything, and our answer was looking concerned on the outside. All of a sudden, Brody Lee goes for the discus lariat, and I see him swimming. That's his finisher. He goes for the cover, and he got the 3 count in the win. And I'm like, what? This wasn't a match. This was squash. What? So Brody Lee is your new AEW TNT champion. The Exalted One, Mr. Brody Lee, won the title. Not Scorpio Sky, not Lance Archer, which it was part of the tournament though, but still. Not Ricky Starks. Not Warhorse. Hell, we thought this was gonna be a build between Cody versus Matt Cardona at All Out, but instead, Cody, he loses to Brody Lee. Wow. After the match, and this was ridiculous, by the way. After the match, good for Brody Lee, by the way, in the title. It's gonna be mean a whole lot better than when he was the current champion. Anyways, but Cody's being attended by medical staffs and everything. They got him on a stretcher. They got him neck brace on. They got him with that breathing thing. I try to remember what it's called. Like, so really, that guy was a massacre. It wasn't a massacre. It was whatever. Anyways, I forgot to mention, Tony Schiavone went to the ring to interview Brody Lee, and Brody Lee says, nobody thought he could do this. Nobody believed in the Dark Order. Nobody believed in Brody Lee. and says the Dark Order is at the top and AEW has problems. Brody says that he never got a chance, but when he finally got one, he did it. He went and did it. He knocked it out of the park, and yeah, and that's basically it. Also, in the Dark Order, oh wait, by the way, Cody Rhodes, he's being weak by doing the thumbs up. By the way, that he's okay. Like this, okay, this is getting ridiculous now. Also, the Dark Order turns their attention to Arn Anderson, and they attack Arn Anderson. He fought him a little bit, then but the numbers game was the best of them. And then Clay was taken off of the stretcher by Brody Lee, I think. I'm assuming it was Brody Lee. Yeah, it was Brody Lee. All of a sudden, we get the Dark Order carrying. Yeah, I remember something Brody Lee. He made Clay Rose an excellent. I remember how he did it. But also, we see Dustin Rhodes and QT Marshall beaten up. I'm assuming backstage by the rest of the Dark Order, and they will carry it out onto the stage. And all of a sudden, Randy Rose comes out to cover on Cody. Says that's enough. Leave my husband alone. And out comes Anna Jay. They says go after her. It goes gets her in the ready to choke, chokes up Randy Rose. I'm like, yes, choke her. I was going crazy. By the way, the Dark Order are looking more stronger and more powerful than ever. Hell, they get a better book dominance than this retribution bullshit that WWE's doing. But yeah, the Dark Order, they're turning around now. Only thing that was missing though, and I heard something about an appearance by this person, but it didn't happen. And I wish it did. The former Eric Rowan, Eric Redbeard, that would have been perfect. But whatever. Maybe next time. I still believe that Eric Redbeard is going to show up at AEW to be part of the Dark Order. I really believe that. So yeah, the Dark Order stands tall. And they say, I told you I return. Oh yeah, that's another thing. You're probably wondering what he means by that. He had a bag, and it was a bag of the original TNT Championship title, the incomplete TNT Championship title. But it's been in pieces. It was like some type of belt shredder machine or something like that. It was in pieces. Wow. So yeah, he said, I told you to return it. That belt that belt is yours. And he says, and the way he won from Cody Rhodes now, the one that's completed, the AEW TNT title, this one is mine. And Dark Order is tall on stage, while the Nightmare family are all laid out, except for one thing. There was Allie there too. Yeah, Allie who's into QT Marshall. She wasn't there for QT Marshall. Whatever. It's whatever though. That was the show. That was the show. And I thought the show was great, by the way. All right. Tomorrow Wrestling was 6 matches, including that one match of the Women's Tag Team Cup tournament. That was on this particular show. And my overall rating for the show, 10 out of 10. There you go. This show was great. Saturday Night Dynamite knocked it out of the park. I thought they did a great job on the show. Fantastic. I'm still upset that NBA delayed 30 minutes of this show. Fucking NBA. With that being said, thank you for watching for It's the Natural Born Thriller, saying peace on the streets. This was your All Elite Wrestling Review, where it tends to give you not only the AEW Saturday Night Dynamite results, but also the AEW Women's Tag Team Cup Tournament results as well of 2020. And there you go. Until next time, folks, you all stay well, stay safe, take care of yourself and everything that's going on in the world. Love one another. God bless. Live in peace and harmony. I am out here. Ta-ta.